Before we hop into today's really tasty video, I've got to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor of the video, This Beautiful Smile.
Ugh.
No, you didn't. Giving a quick shout out to my friends over at Invisalign. I am one of the 11 million patients treated worldwide that has now a beautiful smile. And true story, I am halfway through my treatment, right? And I took them off for the orthodontist, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Kevin, all you do is pop in these aligners, and they're clear, so you can't really tell that you're wearing them. Just that simple." So if you want your smile to be as beautiful as this one, even more beautiful, then head over to Invisalign.com. Let's get cooking. Welcome back, peeps. So today in the kitchen, we are putting my spin on a Southern soul food classic, fried catfish and collard greens. Instead of fried catfish, we're swapping it in for delicious cod, and we're gonna air fry it in addition to making a collard green medley. You don't wanna miss the recipe. Check it out. All right, first thing we gotta do is we gotta clean our collards. Now, a lot of grocery stores now say that they actually have them pre-washed, but we're gonna wash ours for the ancestors, okay? The easiest way is to fill a large pot or your sink, a clean sink, with some cold water and place the leaves inside there. Now, once you've done that, just lift them out of the water. Don't go and strain the water. Just lift them out because more dirt will get back on them. Just lifting them straight out will prevent all that. We've got to also take off the stem. Now with kale, it's a little easy. You could just do this, and sometimes it'll do it, right? But with collards, I find the easiest way is to fold them in half, get a sharp knife, start from the very top, and just cut along the edges, and boom, comes right on out. So now that the stems are removed, we're gonna stack them. I've got about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Let me do 5. You're gonna stack them, and we're gonna roll them up just like this. And then we're gonna cut these into strips. And then just gonna finely dice up the stems. We are also gonna add in some leek. We're gonna slice these into rounds. Traditionally, bacon is used to flavor greens, so we're gonna use just a little bit of center cut bacon, and we're gonna dice this up. We're gonna pair it with some olive oil. So both will help to provide the fat that we need to cook the greens, but we'll still get some of that smoky flavor that we wouldn't get without bacon. Fire it up on a medium-high heat, and in goes the bacon, and then a little bit of olive oil. Adding in the collard stems as well, and the leeks. Now these are gonna cook for a few minutes just to get some good flavor, and we wanna wilt these leeks a little bit too. Let's move on to our fish. For our fish today, instead of catfish, we are swapping it in with another white fish, and that's cod. We're gonna chop this into pieces to create almost some nuggets. So we've got our beautiful pieces of cod here. Now let's talk about our fish fry. I'm gonna be using a combination of cornmeal, and to keep this gluten-free instead of flour, I'm gonna be adding in some oat flour. All right, I'm gonna be picking some Southern Creole, some Cajun seasoning, and some onion and garlic powder. Keep it simple. Sprinkle in the Cajun blend, extra garlic flavor, and some onion. Sea salt, fresh cracked pepper, hint, just a little bit of some oregano. All right, so now that they're wilted, we don't wanna overcook them, so let's add in our collards in batches. So the first batch, we're gonna get this wilted down just a little bit. Adding in a little bit of low sodium chicken stock or no salt added chicken stock to help out the process. Also gonna hit it with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. This wilting is taking place already. And look at the vibrant green color it's turning. Sea salt, fresh cracked pepper, and let this simmer for about 15 minutes. And then we're gonna add in the rest of our greens. Yes, we are adding in more greens. Back over here to our rub. Just gonna mix this together. Whisk some eggs, and you know the drill. We're now gonna deep fry these. We're going to air fry them. So you're gonna fire up your air fryer right now on 400 degrees, or you can also use an oven. I have a convection oven, so it functions very similar to an air fryer. And for me, instead of an air fryer basket, I've got a baking tray. I'm gonna line it with the baking rack, and we're gonna set everything on here. Here we go. Into into the egg mixture, shake it clean, cover it up with some of this corn. Then right here onto a little tray. Growing up in the South, I was no stranger to a fish fry and collard greens. It's a cornerstone of African American culture and unique to Southern history. You see, during slavery, work often ended early on Saturdays, so slaves would go fishing and fry their catch that night. So Saturday night fish fries became a thing, which eventually moved to Fridays because it was cheaper to buy. The tradition continues today with many summertime fish fries. Although collard greens didn't originate in Africa, they play a very important role in the African American food tradition. Enslaved Africans were given scraps like ham hocks and pig's feet, and collard greens were one of the few foods that they were allowed to grow for themselves. So, when life gave them scraps, they created the culinary wonder known as Southern greens by simmering them both together for hours. This became a comfort food and dietary staple after emancipation. Today, collard greens are still celebrated and debated all year long. All right, I'm gonna cover this up and allow this to cook until our catfish is finished up. Woo, this is already at 7 minutes. Yeah, woo. Coming in super hot. Let's check on our green medley. Oh man, look at that. Beautiful. You got 3 different types of greens in here. And it smells, literally, it smells exactly like it does on Thanksgiving. Look at all that goodness. Beautiful nugget. Oh, taste it. That is so darn good. I can't even lie. Yo, Kev, you did that, man. You crushed it. You gotta talk to yourself, man.
Seasoning blend.
The seasoning was good? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Popeye's got nothing on your bread and butter.
Hey, I appreciate that, Jesse. Maybe would have added a little bit more salt and some hot spice to mine, but yeah. And for all my peeps that grew up on a Southern diet, on a soul food diet, I know that you're going to really love these recipes. It's a great way to slash calories, keep it heart healthier, but also honor the past and honor our heritage of growing up eating foods just like these. So grab these recipes over at FitMenCook.com, and I will see y'all next week. Peace.